Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to Copperline Rattler Ranch. I am Julia. This week we're just going to cover some more mudding on the inside of the house. Did want to talk to you about our mix and how it's different for the inside. So we're chopping straw. We're making chopped straw. We just take our long straw that we buy and chop it up. A couple of ways you can do that. You can use a weed trimmer, a grass trimmer, weed whacker in a big metal trash can like this. Put that down in there and chop it up, but you just gotta make sure you cover it or it's all gonna just come flying out. And that works pretty well, almost works too well. We did that for a few batches and the straw was just super fine. And I didn't want quite that. So this is really what I want. Let me show you what it started out as. This is what we're starting out with when I chop it, is this kind of stuff. So you compare that to my end result here, quite a bit of difference. So what I'm using now, and Dawn thinks I'm probably a little silly, but the grass trimmer that we have is gas, and it's pretty heavy. It's kind of challenging for me to use. So this is what I'm using now. This is not sponsored or anything. This is just a cheap little thing you can get at, like, I don't know, Harbor Freight kind of thing. So, it's really not meant for anything substantial. It's just a little electric chipper shredder. I do have to be careful, like with anything. There are some sharp, wicked blades in there. So you have to be careful. And I don't do anything without using the pusher tool. Pusher only. So that's what I do. I shredded, about a half a bag full. That's about all you can get in there because of the way this sits on the machine. And then I screen it through a 1/4-inch screen. And this is what I have left. Anything that's rejected. See, sometimes you get some of the bigger chunks in there. Anything that I reject, I just put through the shredder again. So this gets mixed in with our soil and water. And that's what's making the cob that I put on the inside of the house. So it works out pretty well. You got a variety of lengths and sizes, some tiny little pieces up to 2 or 3 inches long, and then sometimes when you're putting it on the wall, if you don't like something shows up, you just take it out. So not that big a deal, and it works beautifully. Very soft and fluffy. Soft and fluffy. I'm blowing it around with that ceiling fan right now. I'll show you how it works with this. Makes a lot of noise, so I will mute this while you're watching me shred it. It's a super simple machine. Like I said, it's electric. Cheap thing. Not meant to do anything big at all. You cannot put Mrs. Gustafson in this. Let me know in the comment section if you understand what that means. Here is my barrel of chopped straw, all done and ready to go. So I'm getting ready to work on the living room. I'll set you up so you can watch a little bit of that mudding. All right, so lots of mud mixing. So what I'm doing with this is I'm using a 5-gallon bucket of sifted soil, clay-rich soil, and 3 of my little coffee containers of our chopped straw, and enough water to make it a consistency that I like for putting it on the wall. I'll get my bucket. Trip and fall, trip and fall. So I always start with water in the mixer. For this, I know when we were doing the cob, I put the sand and the soil in first to get the sand and soil mixed a little more consistently and equally. But in here, I'm going to put water in, then the soil, and then the straw. All right, so first things first, I gotta finish this side of this doorway. Clean up a few little spots along where I put the wire mesh, and then there's a couple of spots on some of these other windows before I start that living room. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and start in the living room. I gotta wet the wall. I like to start on the bottom of the wall and work my way up, usually standing on this step to get as high as I possibly can. I don't like to start from the top because I'm afraid that I'll probably end up with a stripe that I might need an extra step on. So this way I go up as far as I can reach, and then I get the rest with the scaffold, and I know that I'm not missing anything in between. I know that probably doesn't make sense. It's kind of a goofy thing, but that's how I do it. And you can do it however you want, really, I think. And I'll do all the lower parts, and then I'll go around the room with the scaffold to get through that. That will do a couple of things for us. I know I showed you in the last video the spot on this north wall behind you that has the little bit of water leakage. I want that to dry out. I want that to re-cure, if you will, before I come over there and put mud on. So if I go all the way around the room, as you know, in the lower parts, and then start back over here with the upper parts, then my hope is by the time I get to that north wall, those parts will be dried out and cured, and I won't have to worry about mud sloughing off when I put it on. So in the bedroom, I just was putting the mud on with my hands. I thought I'd try this small trowel in here in the living room. I'm kind of liking it. A lot of this mud got washed off in the rain before we had the roof on. So there's a lot of straw. So it's actually making that a little bit easier to put this on over that straw. Kind of liking it. I might just do this whole room this way. So this is the south wall of the living room. I'm sorry for all the junk in the way, but this took me about 6 of my 5-gallon buckets to do. 5-gallon buckets of sifted soil with the chopped straw and water. It turned out great. I am getting better at this. This is amazing. I am just loving it. Absolutely loving it. And I did it with, like I showed you, let me come over here and show you this side. Did it with that small trowel. It's a little bright there in the corner. I don't mind these lumpy bumpies. It just kind of makes it a little organic. but I think it turned out fantastic. I do. Let me know what you think. Wow, but I'm going to quit for today because we are starting to get some rain. We got a storm blowing through, but I just wanted to let you see this. It's amazing to me that I could do it. So tomorrow I'll start on this wall and just keep going around and around. And this is actually the front door, that pedestrian door. This is the east facing wall in the living room. Well, I think that's going to be it for this week's video. I hope you enjoyed it. Remember to like this video, share it, and subscribe. Comments, questions in the comment section below. Thank you. Bye. Did you come to check my work? Forrest came to check the work. Where's Sammy? Oh, I gotta drink my water. Hi, Sammy. Drinking my water. The dirty water. Gotta check out my work. Hi, boys.